Hey yappers, welcome back to Binge, Repeat. Today, we're diving into the true crime docuseries Should I Marry a Murderer? We discuss the case, Caroline's actions, Sandy and Robert's lack of remorse, and learn a lot about Scottish law along the way. If you like true crime and tragic love stories, this one's for you. Our episode starts now.
Welcome back, yappers, to another episode of Binge, Yap, Repeat. I'm Ruchi, that's Shalini, and we are your hosts. Shalini, would you ever marry a murderer? Just hypothetically.
This is a horrible answer, but I really think it depends. If it was truly accidental, I think I could live with it.
Oh, okay. But
Yeah.
I guess a murder is like generally premeditated if we're like going in the, law.
Okay. Like someone who has committed first-degree murder. Murder of the first degree.
Yes. Wait, okay. So maybe we'll get into this later, but I think that was like one of my questions is like, what is the American law versus Scots law?
Oh, yeah.
In terms of like first degree versus culpable homicide.
Yeah,
I think it was.
they had a few different terms. It does sound like I could think of some equivalents. Not that I'm a law expert, but I do watch and listen to a lot of true crime. But yeah, I would say if it's accidental, then yes, I would marry them. If it was second degree, meaning if it was like in the moment and like it was intentional, but like not planned ahead of time, it just like kind of happened in the heat of the moment. That's a toss up, I think. I mean, it's probably a no, but if there are situations if it was like self-defense or something,
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
If it's premeditated, that's a no.
Okay, fair. That's the answer I was looking for. Thank you. I got there in the end. Should have been easy. Okay, yappers. Today we are talking about the Netflix documentary Should I Marry a Murderer, which is a 2026 true crime documentary television miniseries that released on April 29th, 2026. The three-part series tells the story of Dr. Caroline Muirhead, a forensic pathologist whose fiancé, Scottish farmer Alexander Sandy McKellar, confessed to her in 2020 that he and his twin brother Robert had killed a cyclist, Tony Parsons, in a 2017 hit and run. Here is the timeline of events. September 29th, 2017, the hit and run occurs. Alexander and Robert are twin brothers who are driving down this highway at night and hit the cyclist, Tony Parsons. Jump forward in time to 2020. I think around September 2020 is when Caroline swipes on Sandy after getting out of a 7 to 8 year relationship with an abusive ex. Sandy and Caroline start dating. They get engaged on November 28th, 2020, after dating for 2 months. Then Sandy tells Caroline about this hit and run. The first arrest for the McKellar brothers happens on December 30th, 2020. And then the second arrest happens, I don't know exactly when, but I think around like 9 to 11 months later. And I guess that's in sometime in mid to late 2021. And that happens after Tony Parsons' body is found on the August date. The trial happens July 26, 2023, and the sentencing happens on August 25th, 2023, where Lord Armstrong sentenced Alexander to 12 years in prison and Robert to 5 years and 3 months.
Nice.
The end.
Okay, so Ruchi, imagine you're Caroline. You have gone through this whirlwind romance with Sandy. During COVID, it seems.
Yes.
Okay. And you've just gotten engaged, and then he reveals to you that he, quote unquote, accidentally killed a man in a hit and run. What do you do? What is your first instinct? How do you react?
I think asking for more details, like trying to understand the mindset. Like, how does he feel about it now? Is he like, damn, good riddance? Or is he, showing remorse
Right.
around it? Um, I do also feel like how much time that I've invested into this person is also an important detail. So, in this documentary, we find out that they've been dating for 2 months before they got engaged. And that's when Sandy tells Caroline about this person. 2 months Tinder date. So they don't have like, it's not like they were friends for 10 years and then dated for 2 months and then, this is like, this happens, right? It's just like
Yeah.
complete stranger 2 months ago. And now he's telling her about this. So I I feel like I would probably also go the route of Caroline. I would probably be like, let's get some more details. Let's also tell the police. Don't you think we should tell the police about this? Don't you think the Parsons family has a right to know what happened?
Yeah.
That's what I would say. But there are a lot of things that Carolyn did that I would not do.
Yeah, agreed. Oh, Caroline. If I was in Caroline's position initially, where Sandy has just revealed to me that this happened, I agree. I think I would ask for more details. Really good point about considering how much time you've been together. I forgot that they'd only been together for 2 months. I think if I was her and we'd only been together for 2 months, I'd be like, okay, this is a lot of new information. Like, I've only known you for 2 months. I need to reassess. And I think I would seriously reconsider. But I'm also not the type of person to fall madly in love with someone in 2 months. I feel like it takes me months
Mm.
to form strong feelings like that. And so, partly because I feel like I just never know what I don't know about someone, like for this reason specifically.
For this reason?
Well, okay. I mean, this is like the worst case scenario of what I'm protecting myself against.
That's fair.
Actively.
Oh my. Okay.
um, yeah, so I think considering they'd only been together 2 months, I think I would probably just cut it off. I'd be like, this is too messy. This is too much. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, so I feel like the crucial question behind this entire documentary is, do you agree with Caroline's actions or do you sympathize with Caroline? And I feel like there's a lot of things that I do sympathize with her. And again, like you said, I'm also not the type to fall madly in love with someone. So I feel like from a third party perspective, it's easy for us to be like, oh, Carolyn, simply don't pick up the phone, simply don't answer the door. But like to Carolyn, this was the person that she was going to marry. That even though she knew that she had been only dating this guy for 2 months, she felt super seen by him. She felt like she could connect with him on things that she probably couldn't connect with the average person on. Like the whole idea that they deal with death on a daily basis because he's a hunter and she's a
Gatherer.
not a gatherer.
Yeah, she's a pathologist.
Yeah, she's a pathologist. So I feel like on that lens, it's hard or it's easy to say that this is my person because you can talk to them about things that no one else in your sphere maybe would be able to talk about. Maybe other than your coworkers, I guess, but
Yeah.
yeah. Who's to say that her coworkers aren't like super old and not cool?
Yeah, I do think that the docuseries did a really good job of showing the kind of mindset she was in at every single step.
Yeah.
And so I did find it really easy to sympathize with her um at each step of the journey where like she explained really well like what was going on in her mind and why she made the decisions she did. I feel like I understood her decision making up until post first arrest, she like went back and lived with them. I feel like that at that point, none of her decisions really made sense to me. But until then, like being understanding, also starting to record and like the Red Bull can was genius and
Hmm.
all of that stuff. and then letting them into her apartment and recording them when they were in her apartment. I felt like that all made sense and that was all pretty smart. And like, honestly, the police are so lucky that she did that. And then they treated her so terribly. But then afterwards, when like he found out that she was the one that turned them in, but then he forgave her. I feel like after that it became harder and harder to be on her side because I was like, girl, what are you doing? Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I feel like she did a lot of things that I agree I wouldn't I don't know if I would do myself, but also like I've never been in like a drug induced haze
Right.
where like during a pandemic where I don't know like what's going on, like losing my grip of reality. I fortunately have not been in that situation, so I don't like really know what I would do. Maybe I would do the same thing that Caroline did. I don't know. But I will say I think the true villain in all of this is the police because I they
Yeah.
really did not set her up for success. I think there was one quote from that prosecutor guy, so unlikable by the way. Oh my god. There was one
The guy
quote
with
that
glasses.
yeah, the guy with glasses.
Yeah.
He was like, oh, like Caroline is just like so smart. She's highly intellectual, blah, blah, blah. Like, she should know what resources are available to her. I'm like, excuse me.
Yeah. I was like, sorry, I'm quite well educated and I do not know what resources are available to me. That the
Same.
average citizen does not know that stuff.
Yeah. And so, like, I don't like, how are you saying that she doesn't fit the profile of a vulnerable witness? But you're not giving her any kind of support, and you basically expect her to solve the case for you, it seems.
Yeah. I know. And when they did storm her apartment when Sandy and Robert were there, and then they're like, Caroline, you're lying, blah, blah, blah. And then they just stormed in. I was like, dude, you guys are so fucking stupid. Like,
Yeah.
you're so bad at your jobs, actually.
Yeah, they're like,
So
"Caroline,
bad.
what are you doing? You're our key witness."
Yeah.
Bro.
God. Oh, yeah. So they did her so dirty. And then yeah, I mean, I see your point. Like, we have not been in that situation, and maybe the decisions that happened in the second half of the story were a result of like
Her losing her
feeling
grip on
crazy.
reality.
Yeah, yeah, like literally her losing her grip on her reality, which a lot of it was not her fault because the police were literally setting her up to fail.
Yes.
So, yeah.
Yeah. So I think like yeah, after the first arrest, that's when she should have been set up with victim support services or whatever. She was not, and then she like slowly spiraled into what happened then after. So
Yeah.
I don't feel like it really was Caroline's fault at all. Like I feel like she was still trying to do the best that she could do. She was still recording. She was still basically trying to protect herself and her family because she didn't know how violent they would be.
Yeah.
I
'Cause she's only known them for 2 months.
yeah, I know. It's like a really scary situation to be in. So I feel like I just can't fault her. And, you know, because of her actions, Tony Parsons' like family still did get that closure. I mean, maybe they didn't get the
Yeah, like, maybe they
murder.
didn't feel like justice was served, but at least they
Right.
have answers.
Exactly. Yeah. They have answers. They know what happened finally after 3.5 years. And that's because of Caroline.
Yeah, yeah. I feel like all of her actions were very well-meaning and so smart, some of the things she did, and then it's just it's tough to, like, see her go back and live with them after their first arrest and just, like, kind of be in this bubble of altered reality where they were just pretending like nothing had ever happened.
Yeah.
Um, and then her skipping the court date to go find the bike, I was like, "Oh, no. You're doing so much right now."
Yeah. I felt bad for her, but also I kind of knew where she was coming from, right? So even the prosecutor guy was saying that they needed two pieces of evidence, right, to tie the Tony Parsons to the brothers specifically. And so one key piece of evidence was the witness statement, and then the other piece of evidence, or no, sorry, it was like yeah, it was like the vehicle getting
Mm,
repaired, but they still didn't have anything that like super tied, like they didn't have any factual evidence that tied Tony Parsons to them.
yeah,
And it all kind of relied on this witness statement, which meant that the defense would obviously go after Caroline's character,
yeah,
call all of that stuff into question. Caroline herself knew that she was not operating at like the model citizen level, right? Like she was doing drugs, she was hanging out with people she shouldn't be hanging out with. All of that
yeah.
would be called into question and it would be recorded. So, what's a girl to do? You got to find that second piece of factual evidence. Let's go find that bike. Let's go. Court case doesn't matter.
18-mile hike. Let's go.
Let's go get a tractor. Let's run that tractor to this waterfall. The manual's sitting right there. Everything is laid out.
I mean, do you think justice was served?
I think this is where I'm a little bit confused about murder versus culpable homicide. So I do think the the impact was accidental, right? It wasn't like a premeditated thing. It
Yeah,
wasn't like, I'm going to kill Tony Parsons today. Like, none of that was there. It was just like an accidental thing where they did hit Tony Parsons. But then the fact that they didn't call the ambulance, they didn't give Tony a fighting chance at living, that was where, like, there is now this murder gray area.
yeah.
So, it's so hard. Like,
It
I
is
think if
hard.
I sympathize with the Parsons family, I definitely don't feel like justice was served because, like, who's to say that Tony could have lived, right? But he just didn't get that chance. So,
Yeah.
I think from that lens, I think it was more on the murder side, so I don't think that justice was served, which meant that the two boys should have gotten life in prison. Because I did look up at the sentencing for murder
Mm,
versus culpable homicide. It's generally like life in prison versus, 10 years in prison,
mm-hmm.
which is what they got.
Okay. I think there's some sort of term, at least in American law, called like gross negligence of life or something. Let me look this up. Okay, criminal negligence or negligent homicide. So there is that rule in the US. And I feel like that is an appropriate charge for what they did because it wasn't like they were actively, like you said, like they weren't actively trying to kill him. They even weren't actively trying to kill him after they recovered his body. They just let him die.
Yeah.
Um, and so, yeah, I feel like negligent homicide is kind of in between culpable homicide and murder.
Murder.
Yeah.
What is the what are the terms of negligent homicide?
Negligent homicide is a crime where a person causes someone's death through criminal negligence, meaning they didn't intend to kill, but their careless behavior was so dangerous that the law treats it as criminal. It sits
Mm,
between manslaughter, which is reckless killing, and accidental death, which is no crime.
okay.
Uh, a
I think
person
they
commits.
had a Scots law on that too, around like reckless killing, right?
Mm,
Culpable and reckless conduct. For the purposes of criminal liability, something is caused recklessly if the person causing the result is or ought to be aware of an obvious and serious risk that acting will bring about the result, but nonetheless acts where no reasonable person would do so. That seems pretty reckless, what they did.
mm-hmm. Yeah.
Okay, so that
Okay.
does feel like it was reckless. Culpable and reckless conduct.
I also looked up the definition for culpable homicide. And it says a person commits culpable homicide when they cause another person's death through wrongful or reckless behavior, but without the wicked intention required for murder. So I actually do think that is accurate for what they did.
It is and it isn't, right? So I think the witness statement that Carolyn provided would show that Robert was aware of, maybe Robert and Sandy were both aware that he was still alive. and then still decided not to act, right? So I feel like
Yeah.
that's the gray area of the law, where it's like, if you know that this person is alive and you chose not to take an action that would probably result, or that could result in this
Yeah.
person being alive, then that is murder. Like, you would argue that.
Okay.
I think that's where the trial comes into play, right?
Yeah. 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 Yeah.
But what I'm not sure of is, let's say they went for a murder trial and they didn't have enough evidence. Like, it was just based on Caroline, and they didn't have enough evidence to say that this was indeed murder.
Hmm.
Would they have gotten off completely?
Yeah. Yeah. That's kind of the gamble of a trial. It's like, well, at least in American law, it's like if you go to trial, you're gambling for freedom, basically, to like be found not guilty. And if you don't think that's going to happen, that's when you take a plea deal um to, lessen the sentence, kind of guarantee a less harsh sentence than if you were found guilty in the trial.
Is this something similar to what we saw in Murder in Glitterball City? Yappers, if you're curious, Murder in Glitterball City is a true crime documentary that's on HBO, and we did a fan favorite episode about it. But what happened in that series is that there were two people who were tried for this murder. One person was found guilty, but the second person was not. But there was still a sentencing for that second person. Like, he still served time in jail, right?
I don't remember.
I don't think he got scot-free. Or maybe that's why they call it scot-free. Because if you're tried for murder and you get off, then you're scot-free and there's no
You are a
sentencing.
Scot that is free.
Is that the origin? I'm gonna look this up. Oh, never mind. Okay. It has to do with tax. Okay, so I see that scot-free originates from the 10th century Old Norse and Germanic terms, where scot meant a tax payment or contribution. Being scot-free meant being exempt from paying this tax. By the 16th century, it evolved to mean escaping punishment and direct consequences without paying the expected price. So no Scottish connection.
Okay. All right.
Dang, I would have been like, oh shit, he literally got scot-free.
Scot-free.
Okay, so coming back to your question, if justice was served, I think that if they had gone to a murder trial and not succeeded, as a result of not succeeding, both of them got quote unquote scot-free, serving no time, then I actually do think justice was served by getting them to do the culpable homicide. Because I think serving some time is better than no time.
Yeah, I'm with you. I think they definitely deserve to serve some time. I mean, I just putting myself in Sandy and Robert's shoes, I don't know what I would do in that situation. Like, obviously, I do think I would call the police, but like, yeah, it's hard to say how much panic played into their decision making, truly, and obviously their attitude afterwards was not like, it was not of people that were just panicked and made a decision and feel really bad about it.
I
But I
agree.
could see a situation in which they did panic and didn't make that decision based on like, oh, well, like it's better me than him or better him than me. And like the same result happened, and then afterwards they were just like racked with guilt and felt really bad. And I feel like in that case, I don't know if they deserve to spend their entire life in prison if it was like a split-second panic decision that like they regret, you know? Not that that's what they showed. Yeah.
That's fair. But yeah, like you said, they didn't regret it. They didn't regret it at all. They didn't seem that it was a panic decision. It felt pretty calculated, actually, with the way that Robert described it. And then thirdly, I think if they did ever feel regret, they would probably call the police soon after, not 3.5 years waiting for Caroline to call the police and involve herself.
True.
And made a whole mess of things. They seemed like they were pretty happy to just literally keep it buried for forever.
That is true. That is true. Yeah. All right. I don't think justice was served. Send them to jail for their whole life. Yeah, I forgot how like not remorseful they were. That was so chilling to me. I was like, why
Yeah.
are you? Yeah, it was really upsetting.
Yeah. So sad. All right.
Ugh.
Justice wasn't served. That's our official BYR take.
Yeah.
And Caroline deserves sympathy. That's where we're landing.
Yeah, yeah, for
Okay,
sure
great.
deserves sympathy. For sure deserves sympathy. She tried so hard and, like, was really doing her best. I mean, I wouldn't make a lot of the decisions she made, but I've also not been in that situation, so,
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah. Do you think that Caroline was too much? So she had this sentence where she was saying that she felt really loved by Sandy because she asked him if she could sing in the car on their first date or second date, something like that. And he was like, yeah, of course. Why wouldn't you not be able to sing in the car? And she was like, well, my previous ex, banned me from singing in the car and he just thought I was too much. And I was like, Caroline.
So sad. Yeah, I feel like her relationship with Sandy was a classic example of, like, overcorrecting for a trauma from a previous relationship. And, she with Sandy was so dedicated to her. I could tell that Sandy really loved her,
Uh,
and, like, would never cheat on her and stuff. And so I feel like she just saw that as, oh, well, this is so different from my last relationship, so it must be so much healthier and happier. But without really, like, seeing the red flags that come with the Sandy relationship.
yeah, definitely. That was actually my second question for you is, do you think that Sandy really loved Caroline?
I do. I do think he really loved Caroline. Yeah.
Yeah, I think so too. I think Caroline was kind of going down this path of like, did he just swipe on me because of my pathologist background and he just wanted me to help him bury this body even further? Or like, was there a hidden agenda to why he like swiped on me and chose me and started dating me? But I think when Sandy called Caroline when he realized it was her who was feeding the police all this information. And he drove to her house. And then when he got to her house, he apologized for involving her in it. That's when I was like, oh, okay. Maybe he does have a heart here. Maybe he does
Yeah.
like have true feelings for Caroline. And he's like really upset that he did involve her because she wasn't there. And it was
Yeah.
like kind of all his fault.
Yeah, yeah, I agree. That moment is also what kind of stood out to me as, like, wow, he really does love her. Also, when Robert accused her, when he was like, "How did the detective know your name, Caroline?" And Sandy was like, "Don't even, like, she would never do that to us. I trust her, blah blah blah." I was like, wow, Sandy loves her.
Yeah. It's possible even Sandy had known at that point, but just, like, didn't wanna believe it, like, was in
Yeah,
denial. And then I also think Caroline had this too, this thought where she said that the reason that Sandy told me is because he wanted to be held accountable for his actions in some way.
right.
He just didn't know how.
I feel like that's giving him too much credit.
But he did do the plea deal.
Yeah, because he was kind of forced to.
Was he forced to?
I
He
mean,
the defense
like, he could
said
have gone
that
to trial.
yeah, the defense said that he pled guilty to culpable homicide, and then the Crown didn't accept it at first because they wanted to go with the murder trial, and then the Crown, like, went down to culpable homicide and then accepted his plea deal. So I feel like if he didn't wanna take accountability for his actions, he would have just been like, I'm not guilty. I'm not guilty at all. It wasn't my fault."
But I think you could also say that he took the plea deal because he didn't think he deserved life in prison, and so 12 years was better than a full life, and had nothing to do with him wanting to take accountability, just, like, minimizing the sentence.
I see. Yeah, that's probably fair. I think one thing that we never really got an answer for is, so Robert was the one who told Caroline that Tony Parsons was alive and that he knew that he was alive, but we didn't really get that from Sandy. So I wonder,
Mm.
did Sandy know that Tony Parsons was alive?
He had to have known, right? Because I mean, they made all of their decisions together. You think, like, only Robert could tell he was alive, but like just pretended like he was dead and Sandy had no idea?
I don't
I
know.
don't know.
It's possible, right?
I guess so. Yeah, I guess we didn't really hear from Sandy.
Because even Sandy had told Caroline, like, oh, we hit him at full speed. There's no way he would have been alive.
Yeah, that's true. I interpreted that as Sandy like minimizing what they had done, but
Hmm.
I never thought about the fact that maybe he truly didn't know. I don't know.
And then to that end, why did Robert only get 5 years and Sandy got 12?
I think because Sandy was the one driving. That was my
Hmm.
guess. Yeah.
Okay.
Because
Yeah,
otherwise, there's
that's
no
fair.
reason that they would get such different sentences. But if Sandy was the one driving, then he would be the one that caused the death.
Yeah, that's fair. Yeah, I don't know. Maybe Sandy truly didn't know. But then if Robert knew, like, he helped,
He should. Yeah. That's worse. Yeah.
And he only got 5 years? Come on. Justice was
Yeah.
not served.
Yeah.
Okay, I have other questions.
Okay.
Would you tell someone everything, including your deepest, darkest secrets, if you were going to marry them?
Yeah.
Okay, it's a
To be
follow-up
fair,
question.
my
Do you
secrets don't go
have,
that deep. Yeah.
yeah, I was like, do you have a deep, dark
They're not that deep. They're not that dark. So, yes.
It's like a shallow pool over here. It's
Yes.
a
A
puddle,
shallow,
really.
well-lit pool. Yeah. I guess I don't want to enter a marriage where I don't know everything about the other person, so I would want to share the same. Yeah.
But you would expect them to share everything as well.
Yeah.
Okay. And then if they said that they had a hit and run.
Then I'd be like, see ya.
About to be another one over here.
How about you?
Deepest, darkest secrets. I also don't feel like I have any deep, dark secrets. Well, okay, so this is kind of where I am feeling like there is a little bit of a double standard of when it comes to Caroline and Sandy's relationship, where they felt so strongly about each other that they wanted to marry each other, but not so strongly that they would that Caroline would like throw Sandy under the bus a little bit
Mm.
and kind of report on him. Or maybe this is the extent of her feelings. I'm not sure. You know what I mean?
Wait, I don't think I really follow.
All right, let me try again. So I think that when you're getting married to someone, you do the whole like traditional vows are like, oh, in sickness and in health, like till death do us part, blah blah blah. And like some people can take that to the extremes, right? Where they can be like, it's Bonnie and Clyde over here.
Yeah.
And whatever you do, I will accept that of you. And that's what a marriage is. And that's what our relationship is. And I accept you wholeheartedly in spite of all of any mistakes that you have made in the past. But I think other people maybe don't think that way. And like maybe there is an extent to, the limitations of these vows about till death do us part. Maybe it's not till death do us part. Maybe it's till someone else's death do us part. That there is a limit to the feelings. But
Yeah.
I think
I
that's
think that's
reasonable.
totally. Yeah, I think that's totally reasonable. Like if I just because I'm married to someone doesn't mean I would like go against the law to like protect them, you know.
Yeah. I was trying to draw a parallel to like unconditional love versus conditional love.
Oh.
But I think
Yeah.
this is conditional
Conditional.
love, right? Or is it
I
not?
feel like the concept of unconditional love has some underlying assumptions, right? It's like I think it's fair to love someone unconditionally, but if they murder someone, I think you're allowed to like do something about it just because you love that. Like, I think she still loved Sandy through this whole thing, you know?
Mm.
So, like, it's not like her love went away, but so she did love him unconditionally, but like, I feel like because she found out he was a murderer, she was like, okay, I like, as a good citizen, I need to do something about this. And I feel like
Mm.
that's fair. And that doesn't mean she didn't love him unconditionally.
But then she did end the relationship because she found out that, he didn't have any remorse over
Yeah, but that's
the
like a
killing.
character thing. I think that's just like learning more about him
Mm.
and changing her opinion and being like, wait, this is not. Remember, she even said, she was like, this is not the person I fell in love with.
Yeah,
So
that's
he just
true.
like changed. Yeah.
Yeah,
Or
that's
revealed a
true.
new side of himself.
Okay, so not like it is conditional versus unconditional. She did love him to a point where she realized that the person that she was in love with was not real.
Yeah. Yeah. That's a good way to put it.
Mm, it's
Yeah.
kind of sad,
Yeah.
but good that she found out sooner rather than later.
Oh my God. Yeah. Seriously. I also wonder what she would have done if they hadn't gotten engaged and they were just dating, you know? Like, would she have reacted differently? Was she more invested because they were engaged at that point?
Yeah, that's a good question. But I don't know, maybe he only told her because they were engaged. I wonder what would have happened if they had gotten married and
That's
then he
true.
told her.
That is a good question. Oh, messy. So
Messy.
messy.
Maybe she would have gotten VSS in that case, victim support services, because she was married to him instead of like having a 2-month relationship.
Yeah, maybe. Ugh,
Ugh,
stupid police are so dumb.
what a miss. What a miss. I guess I have another question. Do you think Caroline made the wrong move not cutting off contact after the first arrest?
Good question. I don't know if I can say whether it was the right or the wrong move because obviously by staying in contact, she got way more evidence for the Crown's case. But
Yeah.
I think if I was her, I would have cut off all contact at that point. Yeah.
Here's where I struggle a bit because, like Caroline said, they knew where her parents lived and they
Yeah.
knew where she lived and they knew where she worked. So they knew everything about her. And if she had cut off contact entirely, they would have been like, she did it. Like she
Right.
was the one who turned us in. Let's get her.
Right. Yeah. I mean, I can see why she stayed in contact because she felt that it was safer than cutting off contact. But I don't know. I can't fault her for sure, but I think I would still cut off contact and
You
just
would just
like,
go cold turkey.
I think I would.
What if he like showed up at your parents' house?
I don't know. I think I would like make them go out of town or something. I'd be
Whoa.
like, let's just like spend a month somewhere else. Like, yeah, I don't
But it
know.
wasn't a month. Like they were out in the town for like 11 to 12 months before they were arrested again. And the only
Right,
reason that they were arrested again was because Caroline like told them where the body was.
right, right. But I feel like the first month is like, I mean, I don't know. I don't know. Who knows what I would do? But I think my logic would be like, let's go out of town for a month, let this thing like die down a bit, wait for their tempers to come down, and then there'll be less chance that if we go back, they're gonna come and murder us. And let's install a security system, maybe hire private security for a few months. Like, I don't know if they have the resources to do that, but I think that's where my mind would go. It's like, I cannot, I need these people out of my life and
Mm,
just keep the people around me safe. I think that would be my strategy.
yeah, that's fair. I think maybe I would go kind of a similar route, but I don't know if I would be like, hey, I don't think I would like cut them off entirely, but I think I would have a conversation and be like, "Hey, so I don't think this is working out in the way that I wanted it to work out and like all of this stuff has really complicated our relationship and I feel like it's bringing to light a lot of things that I didn't consider when I said yes to your proposal initially. Just like situations have changed drastically. I need you to get the help that you can. And I don't think I can be going to the Auk estate every weekend like I did before. Just so you get it. I just wanna make that clear. I think I would have that kind of conversation.
Okay, you would break up with him.
Yeah, I don't know if I would
Okay,
go cold turkey.
that's fair. That's fair. Maybe I would try that too.
I
Yeah.
mean, maybe that would enrage them even further, to be honest, who knows?
Perhaps.
Yeah.
Perhaps.
Well, I wasn't gonna do anything now, but now I'm coming over, and then I'd be like, "Oh, fuck, I made things worse."
Security system, private security.
Yeah, there were a lot of things that I was like, "Caroline, why did you do that?" But then in the next scene, she was like, "Oh, yeah, and then as a result, I recorded him saying this
Yeah.
confession." I was like, "Good job, Caroline, good job that you did that."
It was just like so unclear whether she was doing these things strategically or if she was like, well, I might as well just live in this happy bubble. And you know what? While I'm here, maybe I will take a recording.
Yeah, I think it was she enjoyed being in the bubble, and she wanted to like, she got opportunities to record that she did take advantage of,
Yeah.
but she didn't go there to have those opportunities.
Yeah. Yeah. Also, is the recording not enough to convict them? I guess
Uh,
murders always need trials.
well, I think that's what he was saying, it's the prosecutor was saying, is that they had needed those, like, 2 pieces of evidence, and I think the
Mm,
recording was just 1.
mm, I see.
So, the recording being like, "Oh, my life or his," I don't know if that was, like, an admission of guilt, to be
Yeah.
sure, but, like, guilt to what is the
Yeah.
question, and that's, like, the gray area where they needed more information. And then the whole thing about him, like, saying, like, "Oh, like, fucking cunt, blah, blah, blah." I think that was more of the, "Oh, this person doesn't show any remorse."
Mm.
So that's why it's maybe not just culpable homicide, but I don't know if, like, remorse is part of culpable homicide or not. But regardless, I don't think it was enough.
I see.
I
Okay.
think it's more just, like, more along the lines of Carolyn's testimony. It's
Oh,
like a
okay.
factual version of Carolyn's testimony.
I see. I see. Did you know in California it's illegal to record someone without them knowing? Without them knowing?
Really? Oh.
Yeah.
So
So that would
if
not pass in California.
interesting. Oh, so they would have been in a way worse position.
Yeah. Yeah.
It really would have been just Caroline the witness testimony, and then the mortician's or pathologist?
Coroner?
Coroner? Coroner,
Pathologist?
there we go. Okay, I thought pathologist was, like, someone who looked at nerves or something.
Oh, no. So my aunt is a pathologist. I think there
Oh.
are a few different types of pathology. What Caroline was describing sounded like forensic pathology, where it's like after someone's dead, you do a full diagnostic on them.
Mm.
My aunt takes samples from living people and, diagnoses based on what she sees under a microscope. Like that's her job. Yeah.
Oh, like,
So
what
like
does
she'll look at a
she look at?
biopsy. She'll look at like just like a set of cells from a biopsy on a slide and like determine whether the person has cancer, for example.
Oh, I see. Okay, okay. Interesting.
Yeah.
Okay, so it is like a there's types of pathology, and that's, like, the same in the US versus,
Mhm.
Scot okay, got it.
Okay, this I know this part from mostly just true crime and like TV shows, but forensic pathology I think is like when there's a dead body and the forensic let me just look this up.
Like, they are the ones who do the postmortem.
I think so, but maybe that's a coroner. Okay. A forensic pathologist is a medical doctor who determines how and why someone died when the death is sudden, unexpected, or legally suspicious. Okay.
Mm. Oh
They perform autopsies. Yeah.
oh, okay, versus the coroner is just someone who, like, takes in all the bodies
I guess so.
and just, like, categorizes them or something.
What is a coroner? A coroner is an official, usually part of local government, who is responsible for investigating certain deaths, especially those that are sudden, unexpected, violent, or are medically unexplained. Their main job is
What?
to figure out who died, how they died, and whether the death needs legal or public health follow-up. Okay.
Oh, okay.
Difference between
So it sounds like the coroner is maybe someone who doesn't do all of like the autopsy type work.
Oh, okay. Yeah. The coroner is the legal investigator slash decision maker, and the forensic pathologist is the medical expert. Yeah, you're right. The coroner decides which deaths are suspicious and need investigation. They order the autopsy and they review the evidence and make decisions. And then the forensic pathologist is the one that performs the autopsy.
Oh, I see. Okay,
Yeah,
so the coroner is the PM and the pathologist is the engineer.
correct.
Great. And your aunt is neither of those things.
Correct.
Just
She
a
is a
pathologist.
lab pathologist. Yes.
Got it. Okay, cool.
No dead bodies.
No dead bodies. Great. Honestly, it sounds like an interesting profession. Although
Yeah.
maybe a bit, you know,
Well,
morbid. Like
morbid.
you really have to dissociate, to be honest.
Yes. Yes, for sure.
Oh. Hmm.
So these brothers are still in prison, but Robert's getting out in 2 years?
Yes, but I don't know if Scottish law has this thing about like good behavior and getting out
Oh, yeah.
early.
Mm.
Because I think oftentimes the sentencing kind of like gets cut down by half in
Mm.
those cases. So
Right.
there's a chance that Robert might even be out. Robert McKellar. Release release date. Oh, yep. Because his sentence was backdated to his arrest in 2021, he is expected to be released around early to mid 2026.
His sentence was backdated to 2021?
Yes.
That's crazy. He was just living as a free man for those years.
Yeah. Blah blah blah. Let me see. Robert McKellar. Oh yeah, Robert was in the passenger seat. Sandy was driving.
Mm.
Sandy pleaded guilty. Robert pleaded guilty to attempting to pervert the course of justice. So Robert did not plead guilty to culpable homicide.
He pled guilty to accessory?
2023, Sandy McKellar pleaded guilty to culpable homicide and attempting to pervert the course of justice, while Robert pleaded guilty to attempting to pervert the course of justice.
Okay. Okay. Got it.
Yeah, so while Sandy was held directly responsible for Parsons' death, Robert's conviction centered on his role in hiding the crime rather than causing it.
Mm.
As of 2026, and this article is from May 1st, 2026. Great. Super recent. As of 2026, there are no public reports suggesting that he has been released, meaning he is likely still incarcerated or only recently eligible for release, depending on parole conditions.
Mm.
Yeah. So it sounds
Interesting.
like there is a chance that he will get released later this year.
Wow. All right. The backdating thing is crazy to me.
Yeah, right?
That's
Backdating.
insane.
Wait, I'm gonna look back. Well, this article doesn't say anything about the backdating, but yeah, I guess the 5 years and 3 months was like from the time of the first arrest, I guess.
Mm.
Oh no, it's from the time of arrest.
Oh, the second arrest?
Yeah,
The second arrest. Okay.
which I
And
guess
after that,
happened August 2021.
oh,
Okay, so
okay. And
that
they were
makes
just held
sense.
in jail from then until the
Yeah.
trial.
So they
Okay, okay.
did serve time. They were not, yeah, walking around
Oh,
free.
okay. That makes more sense.
Yeah. Okay, that makes sense. We'll allow it.
Yeah.
Well, that's that then.
All right.
Justice was not exactly served, but we do sympathize with Caroline.
Yeah.
And the true villain is the Scotland police.
Yeah. 100%.
Should have had Carl on the case. Got
Cattle. No one said the name Carl in this entire series. It was very disappointing.
I know. I was waiting. Got
Cattle.
Yappers, that is from our Department Q episode. So if you want to see police doing a good job, well,
Yes.
do they? I don't
Justice is served in the end in
Okay.
that show. Yeah.
Okay, if you want to see justice being served
In Scotland.
in Scotland, check out Department Q. Also on Netflix. Should we do ratings?
Let's rate.
Okay.
I would give quality a 4 and enjoyment a 2. I think I like true crime like podcasts and stuff, but for some reason I just wasn't this wasn't like the subject matter that really got me. I don't know.
Mm, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. I would give this quality, I would give it like a 3. I kind of got tired of them reusing the same clips and like the same actors all the time.
Yeah.
Like they showed that clip of her like running and jumping on that guy, like actors presumably, and like carrying around a beer bottle. They showed that like so many times. I was like, I'm so tired of this clip. Uh so I would say quality 3, enjoyment, I would say a 4. I did wanna know what happened, and I felt like there were twists at the end of every episode, and I enjoyed that it wasn't super long.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah, I felt like it was pretty open and shut case. Although, that being said, I think there were other documentaries that have been done about this case. This was just the one that was done from, Dr. Muirhead's point of view.
Oh, okay. That makes sense because I remember seeing during the trial they were showing clips from a different BBC series.
Yes. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So I think there are more perspectives on this case. And Yappers, if you have seen that other perspective and want to offer your opinion, I would love to know.
Yeah, same.
Yay.
Yay. Okay.
Okay.
Should we recommend?
Sure.
Okay. I would recommend this show to people that like true crime and people that like listening to Scottish accents.
Oh my God. I was literally about to say that same thing. I agree. And if you like true crime, would recommend Murder in Glitterball City, HBO show. And if you like Scottish accents, would recommend Department Q on Netflix.
Nice.
Okay. This week in entertainment?
Yes, tell
Okay.
me.
Bullet number 1. Selling Sunset is welcoming back Heather and Christine back to the cast as Chriselle and Chelsea wave goodbye. Will you be
Nice.
watching?
No, I'm so done with that show.
Yeah, that's fair. I was thinking about watching it, but we'll see. Maybe I'll watch like one episode and then be like, I have better things to do.
Yeah, fair.
What also happened? A Devil Wears Prada came out last
I
week.
saw it.
You
I
saw
saw it
it?
yesterday. Yeah.
I hear it has great reviews.
It was good. Well, I don't want to spoil anything, but there is a lot of fan service in a good way, and it was very enjoyable. I have some notes, but maybe we can discuss that later when it's not so spoily.
Okay. Yay. Yeah, I would love to watch it. The Sheep Detectives also has really great reviews. And it is the highest rated movie of Hugh Jackman's career.
Really?
Yeah, it has like 97 or 98% on Rotten Tomatoes right now.
Wow.
But I do really want to watch
The
it.
Sheep Detectives?
Okay, so I think from the trailer that I saw, it's basically Hugh Jackman is this shepherd, and he has like a pretty routine day, and then this one day he's like reading to these sheep. He like has a good relationship with the sheep, but it's like pretty lonely. And then one day he just like dies, and the sheep are like, what happened to our shepherd? But what they do have is they have niche knowledge because the shepherd would like read them true crime murder mysteries. So the sheep are like, we can solve the case of who killed our shepherd because of our true crime knowledge.
I love that. Okay, now that you tell me this, I have seen a preview for it. Okay, I'm excited about it.
Yeah, so I actually really want to watch that movie too. Also based on a book. What is next? Laura Dern is replacing Helena Bonham Carter in White Lotus season 4. Do you know who Laura Dern is?
Oh, yeah. She was in Big Little Lies.
Yes.
She was in, she's been in a lot of
Jurassic
stuff.
Park.
That's
the
right.
leading lady
That's
in the
right.
1993 movie Jurassic Park.
Of course.
Yes, she's going to be in White Lotus season 4. And coming up this month, we have the Lord of the Flies Netflix series, which releases Monday, May 4th. We have Remarkably Bright Creatures, which is coming out this Friday, May 8th on Netflix. We have Perfect Match season 4 coming out May 13th. Shalini hates that show.
Please don't make me watch that.
We won't be watching it. We won't be watching it. Margot's Got Money Troubles finale is May 20th on Apple TV. There is the show called The Burrows, which is making its premiere on May 21st on Netflix. Okay. The Burrows, I think I think I may have shared that on our Insta story. It's basically retirement home, aliens. That's all I'll say.
Okay.
And lastly, on May 28th, we have Deli Boys Season 2 coming out on Hulu, as well as 4 Seasons, Season 2 coming out on Netflix.
Yes. I'm excited for 4 seasons, for sure.
I'm excited for both. I don't know. I kind of want to do both, but also I realize that might be a lot of TV for us to watch.
Well, they're both short shows, so I feel like we could.
We could. We'll think about it. Yeah. Anyway, so Yappers, if you want to know what's going on in May, that's what's going on in May. And we will have episodes for, I think, most of those. Not Perfect Match. For sure, not Perfect Match.
All right. Thank you. Thank you for that update. Do you want to hear what I've been binging?
I would love to.
I, for context, had a lot of free time this week because I went to a conference in Fort Lauderdale and knew nobody at the conference. So anytime I was not physically at the conference, I was literally just in my hotel room watching TV.
Love that for you.
So I have been binging Margot's Got Money Troubles, which is so cute and does the book so much justice. So I'm really enjoying that one. I started this new Apple TV show called Widow's Bay. It's with Matthew Rhys, who was in The Beast in Me. And it's about this, like, small island off the coast of Massachusetts, it sounds like. And, like, there's a curse on the island or the town or something. But Matthew Rhys is the mayor, and he's, like, trying to bring tourism to the town. It's kind of like Jaws-esque, but instead of sharks, it's like a curse in the fog. Yeah.
Oh. Whoa.
Yeah. So it's like a little spooky, kind of feels like spooky East Coast, foggy, coastal. Yeah.
Sirens?
Kind of sirens, but less colorful.
Okay, fair.
And not as, like, I feel like Sirens was, like, intriguing, but, like, kind of light. But the show is much more dark. Yeah.
Oh, like actually dark or like metaphorically dark?
Physically and metaphorically more dark. But with some bursts of humor here and there. Yeah.
Oh, okay. Gotta keep it light.
Yeah. I started this show called Paradise, which is, I don't think it's new. I think there are a couple seasons out. It's on Hulu. It stars Sterling K. Brown and James Marsden. And Sterling K. Brown is a Secret Service agent. James Marsden is the president. And the president, after his term, he's murdered in his house. And so it's about, like, what happened. And there's a huge twist that you find out at the end of the first episode that, like, changes everything. And it's so good. So highly recommend that. Yeah.
Okay. Of all of those shows, if a yapper really liked this show, Should I Marry a Murderer, which one of those shows would you recommend to them?
Okay, if you liked the aesthetics of Should I Marry a Murderer, then watch Widow's Bay. If you liked the subject matter of, like, a murder and, you know, justice being served for a murder, watch Paradise.
Okay. Nice.
And if you like a female protagonist, then watch Margot's Got Money Troubles. If you like watching a blonde female protagonist, that's the only parallel I can draw.
If you basically hated Should I Marry a Murderer, but the only reason you kept watching is because Caroline was blonde.
Watch Margot.
Watch Margot. Got it. Great. Okay. Yeah, I feel like out of all those shows, Paradise seems the most intriguing. I love a twist.
Yeah, it's so good. Oh my gosh, please watch the pilot and let me know what you think.
We'll see.
Okay.
Wait, is that on? You said it was on Hulu?
Mm-hmm. / Disney Plus. Yeah.
Okay. I do have Hulu.
True. True.
Okay.
All right. Thanks for yapping with us. If you loved this episode, have some hot takes we missed, or if you've got a show you're dying for us to binge next, follow us on socials. We're at bingeyaprepeat.
Until next time, happy binging!